Do you feel like you're doing everything right to win a bounty but never seem to win? What's the secret? I've asked myself several times. What is actually the secret to winning a bounty? Because I've tried, but still yet, no wins. In this video, I'll be talking to someone who recently won a $2,500 bounty on Superteam Earn.
To whom shall I be afraid? Lucy.
Meet Bobia, the creative junkie. He is the content lead of Superteam Nigeria Lagos chapter. He coined the name Bobia from his ability to speak and create contents in Yoruba, Hausa and Igbo in 2019. He started his content creation journey motivated by his passion for acting. He attended several movie auditions, wanting to pursue his acting dreams, but all to no avail. He then decided to join Web3 through Superteam in 2021. He has lost and won several bounties since then and is here to share his experience.
Stay with me on this one and let's dive in.
All right, great. I'll be sharing my screen now, and then we'll pick some things from the video that helps them win. So let's do that real quick.
The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The stronghold of my life. See, they stumble and they fall.
All right, so can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I'm with you. You're still audible.
All right. So first question I'd like to ask, I can see a boat there. So which part of Lagos is that? How did you get the boat? And also the prison clothes you're wearing there, super crazy video. How did you get all this
Okay. Let me start by saying the shoot was very challenging. It was very challenging, and the reason is because we had to look for a different island, that is a different beach side. We had to look for a different beach side we can make use of, and the distance was very far from my own house. So after getting the location, all right, we had to clear a particular place there. We had to pay for extra settlement to just clear for that particular place so we won't get distracted. Actually, people were not really much on the beach that very day. Okay, so we paid extra money for the boat. There was a scene at the first scene we made use of the old boat. I was there, only me. So we had to pay for that particular space. Yeah. So, and for the prison clothes, I had to sew that particular costume for this content, right? I had to sew the particular costume for that content, and I have never traveled on water before in my entire life. I have never traveled across the water before, so that was my first time traveling across the water just for this shoot. And that was the main part there about the location and the costumes. Yeah. Okay. So that's it.
All right, great. There's a part I want to talk
to. All right.
About in the video.
Daughter, long as I can remember, never really knowing why. Daughter, but I.
All right. So first of all, this is a very creative video, right? I would like to put that out. A very, very super creative video. So what inspired you exactly to create this video, and how did you come about the idea?
Okay. Okay, let me say that. Okay, actually, the content itself has been recorded. I have the script actually. So I was thinking of how this script is going to fit into a particular project in Web3. So I have been thinking. So fortunately the project launched. So I saw the listing on the Superteam Earn. So I was like, okay, I think this should do, right? So, and I'm a kind of person that I don't know, but then the ideas just come in. Then I look for a way to twist it and make it more creative. All right. So there was nothing. The inspiration behind that particular content was because I'm a fan of Mana. I am not a fan of cartoon actually. So Mana was the first cartoon I would ever watch from the beginning to the end, and I fell in love with the cartoon. All right. So it was really the
right?
second. What do you say?
I said sorry. The soundtrack is from Mana.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. So Mana was to be released, I think, December 27. So the season 2 of Mana was to be released that particular month. So I was like, I just love whenever I hear that sound. I just love that sound. I know the lyrics from A to Z. So let me use this particular thing, and to make it more creative and more lively, I have to make use of the beach side, right? So that was where the preparation began. And I think, yeah, that is the inspiration behind the content because I love Moana and I really want to replicate what she did. Above all, we couldn't really get some ancient costumes, so we had to like just make a twist to make it feel like okay, a prisoner was extradited to another beach so that he can confess about this particular thing. So that was just inspiration behind the content. Yeah.
Wow, very creative. So you started with the Lord, like reading the verse in the Bible, and then you started singing. Like it was, I was not actually expecting that singing part, right? So what was the connection? Like how did you like write the script, and then you felt like okay, this is actually going to connect to this idea.
Okay. So for that part, I think let me say this for that particular part. Yeah, there was a little kind of plan, a change of plan in the content. Why I said so was because the content was supposed to have a kind of military action. Yes, because a prisoner cannot come alone by himself from there. So we forgot the military costume at the jetty. So when we got to the beach side, there was no way we could just do anything without without the military costume. So I had to like sit down for like 30 minutes and start looking for a way to revamp that particular content.
Wow.
So that was where I discovered that okay, I think I can actually I can sing the lyrics. So I told the guy that was holding the phone, it looks like a microphone. In fact, I had to even look for a way to make that phone look like a microphone because the speaker fell into the beach and it got damaged instantly. The MP3 we were supposed to use. So we had to make use of that phone as if it's a microphone, so I can hear the lyrics of the sound into my ears. So that was why we did it like that. So I had to improvise that since the speaker is not working at first. So we had to now use the phone. And again, the military side, since we forgot the jetty, so I had to now okay, let's just change everything. Let me just sing from A to Z. We are going to take different angles. So that was what made me sing the lyrics from A to Z. I was not supposed to sing the full lyrics, but then there was no military costume, and also the speaker fell into the beach and it got damaged instantly. So we had to now make use of phone so we can hear what we are saying. And we just did it like a journalist was interviewing the prisoner instead of a military interviewing or arresting the prisoner. So that was
wow. We already mentioned that you've already mentioned some challenges you faced. What other challenges did you face while creating that video? Because I know this is Lagos.
Okay.
You faced some certain challenges while shooting.
Yeah. Okay. One of the challenges we faced was, should I say, let me just say finances actually, because I personally spent a lot on the content because I'm the one who sponsored the content from A to Z, right? The transport was very, very much. As I've said earlier, I said the location from my house to the beach was like, it's a very long distance. So we had to enter like 2 to 3 different buses before we got to the jetty. And the money I budgeted for the jetty was very, very different. So when we got there, we had to be like extra, and I took 2 people. Right, I took 2 of my friends, the cinematographer and the person that will be in charge, because we took like 2 bags that will be in charge, so we'll misplace things. So I had to pay for everything, and the money was like I didn't really expect it. And again, while we were shooting, I didn't know that like I was going to settle extra or I was going to give an extra person money, right? So let me say, yeah, exactly, yeah, kind of, because even the person we paid had to give us one Egmadugo that is going to like be with us, so others want to come and stop us and say, why are you shooting? You understand, right? So we want to purchase like tickets to get entry to the beach. I think that's a normal thing. So I think money at first, yeah, and again editing, because then my phone was kind of lagging and CapCut premium issues. So I had to like look for a way to subscribe. It took like 2 to 3 days before I started editing, and yeah, everything came out beautiful. And yeah, I think those are just the main challenges there. Yeah.
So, like, how many days did you now spend on the editing to find out?
I spent actually up to like, let me just calculate a week, because there were days where we were shooting and we couldn't shoot, maybe due to insufficient storage or due to the weather or due to 1 or 2 issues. But the main days we used in shooting was just 3 days, because we had to shoot the prison side where I was inside kind of like a jail or iron rods at home. So we shot some angles in another place. So it took us about 3 days before we completed the whole content here.
Wow, 3 days. Great. So 3 days to complete. There's a question I want to ask. I would like to say now that is one very creative video once again. Kudos to you. So did you, when you were creating the video, right, did you feel at any point, okay, this one is actually going to win, like this one that you are putting in everything, you are going to, if you know win, make you know you're everything, like did you have that kind of feeling?
Actually, I really think, not like I really thought I was going to win. What I believe is once I do my best, I leave the rest. But there is one thing that whatever is worth doing is worth doing well, right?
Yeah.
So I felt like I'm someone who doesn't love doing limited things. I just love exploring the shows. I love going extra mile. So I think I was telling my guys, the both of them, that if this content does not win, it's fine, right? But I built a solid proof of work, one. And again, I was like, the judges will allow this thing slide away. I was not like I was not confident of what I did, but Web3 is kind of like weird. They might just choose some other content as the winner, so it's not like surprising. I've done some things like that before, and I wasn't selected. So my hopes were not too high for the prize. All I did was just to pray for grace, and I just did what I could. I was not super confident because I know Web3, anything can happen. So I just did my best, and I was like, Sarah, I want to be with you. So I think that's it.
So how did you feel when you found out you won? What was the reaction?
Honestly, I think that's my biggest win on Superteam Earn. Yeah, I've never won like a huge prize like that before. So I was not even aware that I won something, right? I was not aware I won something. I just saw someone tag me on Twitter that congratulations. I was like, so I had to check the video. It was another particular video the person replied to. So I went to my Superteam Earn profile. Well, when I got to the profile, I saw that my winning has increased from I think 9 to 11, and my price, my amount, like my total amount earned has also increased. So I was like, what's behind this increment? So I went to my mail and I saw that I won the video. I actually thought it was only the video. So I went to check the grand prize and I saw that I also won the grand prize. The first thing I did instantly was to go down, and the first thing I did was just like praise God. I was like, thank you, Lord, Alhamdulillah. Like my mind was. I started losing up at the point that it's becoming long. Over 30 days, the winners have not been announced. So the aura died. I was just like, what we should just be, So when I saw the prize, and it came in handy because I really need to upgrade my tools. I have a lot of things to do, and I've spent a lot like in the past few days. So when the win came in, I was like, Jesus Christ, at the right time. So I was extremely happy about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Thank God for grace there. Why? Okay, what do you think made your video stand out and win the competition?
Okay, I would say a lot though, but then I am not the judge. But if I'm to judge myself,
yes,
I would say I just say something. Let me just use what my use. Let me use this analogy that whenever you are cooking like a soup, everyone uses Maggi and everyone uses Maggi and salt. It's just a common recipe or a common seasoning. So people now go extra mile by doing some other things like adding green pepper, adding low-cost beans. That is what makes the soup taste different. The same thing applies to jollof rice. You have normal jollof rice concoction as smoky patty jollof rice. So I think the first thing I did differently was making sure I added more spice into my soup than other people's soup. And one thing I never do is to compare. Like I'll check someone's content and create my own. I don't do that, right? So I just had to like add the sauce to my own stew. That okay, let me just do this thing differently. Instead of me sitting at the front of the camera and start explaining. So I just feel like number one, the effort, because it's at the beach side, the shot was super clean because people were even asking if I used camera, right? The quality was standard, and also engagement. Yeah, I think I had over 30-something thousand impressions on that particular post. Yeah. And also, lastly, the content is citing in what sense? Let me say, like whenever you are watching it, you don't have a choice. You have to watch till the end, like 80% or 90%. According to what my algorithm showed me, yes, they had to watch till the end because they really wanted to know what happened to the prisoner. The intro was actually very, very nice. So I think I have everything was inside. I had the hook, I had everything, and also most importantly, I followed the instruction on the bounty listing because they asked us to explain some particular things, which I also highlighted in the video. So yeah,
great. So in making out all the scripts, right? What are the things you look at for, like, okay, you're writing a script for a new bounty. How do you, your hook, your storytelling, and then making sure that people get the message, the main message. What are the things you put in place? Or inspired for this video. What are the things you looked out for and were able to put in place to make sure that okay, we stayed throughout the video and we were able to get the information.
Okay. The first thing that I always look out for is that I don't entertain too much, so people won't be deviated from the exact thing that I hold to teach. Okay, so I try to balance both my entertainment and also the education. So that's why I look almost to my content edutainment. You get educated and you also get entertained. Okay, so the first thing I do is just to check the particular project I want to work on. Does this project requires more technicalities, right? Does it requires more explanation? If, for instance, I'm working on a project about wallets, right? I feel like everyone, and the project is saying one of the instructions is like you need to explain to the people on how to install wallet and everything. I already know that 90% of people in Web3 know how to install the wallet. 90, if not 100. So I feel like that kind of project does not really need much emphasis, except if it gives some certain criteria, right? It does not need much emphasis because I feel like 90% of people already know how to install a wallet. So I think that is one thing I always try to do, to balance between both educating and also entertaining. So I just, if for instance the project is about swapping tokens, right? What I do there is just to make sure I lessen my entertainment so people can focus more on that particular thing I want to teach. However, still I push entertainment forward to get you hooked to that particular thing, then I continue with what I really want you to get into. All right. So I always make sure there is a balance between both entertainment and education.
Okay, so I know some people out there will be saying, okay, this the style you use, right? On the beach, going on the beach, just your storytelling. Someone will be saying, okay, they would like to use the storytelling for their own video. So what you're saying now, you won't do the same thing for another bounty.
Yes. Yeah, I feel like sorry, I got a cough. So I can't repeat the same script for another bounty. I can't repeat that, right? Just like Nollywood, you can't repeat one scene in another movie. You have to like change the entire script. So if I want to create a new bounty, for instance, if I should see a new listing, I have to work for like 2 days. I can generate 5 to 10 ideas for that particular content. Then I choose the one that best or that work best with that particular bounty, right? So I don't repeat script for content. I don't really repeat scripts. So I have different versions of creating content. I might do a transition video. I might do an outdoor content like this. I might do a musical video. And there are different ways I can do that. And I can just choose to like twist the plot and the script and everything. So I don't repeat, basically. I don't repeat for bounties.
All right, great. So if last question on the video, if you could go back to change one thing about that video, what would it be?
That's a big question, actually. I don't really think I have anything to change, except I would love to impute the military part. Because if I was to include the military part and the video came out as a whole, trust me, because the script was very, very okay. Even when the military part was not there, people still found the content interesting. But I feel like the military part has this kind of twist in that particular scene because the scene was supposed to be hot. I added this. The military part script has to be hot, and it's going to blow the mind of the audience. It was supposed to blow the mind of the audience, but then it's unfortunately we couldn't like add a particular part. So that's just it. If I was to change one thing in that particular content, I would have loved my military parts to be included. So that's just it.
Okay, great. What is your Web3 origin story? How did you get started, and what led you to become the content lead for Superteam Lagos chapter? How did that happen?
Okay, my creative journey started in 2019 during COVID.
2019.
Yes.
Wow.
During COVID. I think COVID came in fully 2020 actually, but then I started since 2019. So it happened after COVID. I just gained admission. I gained admission the same month we went back home. So I was at home. I didn't have an Android, a sensible Android. I didn't have one. I only have one calculator Android then. I tell A11. Yeah. So I was like, I'm a very funny person. You can't have a boring day with me. When I was in secondary school, I love mimicking my teachers and everybody. Okay. So, and yeah, I'm a very funny guy. So during 2019, 2020, I was like, this COVID is becoming longer than I think. What can I do? Should I start doing skits? Should I start dancing? Like, I was like, what will I do? So I just started shooting skits. I think I posted it on my status yesterday. The first video I posted on my YouTube page. Yeah, that was where I started growing because people love the video. It was kind of funny. I was dancing with my dad's clothes. I uploaded it on YouTube. Yeah. So that's what I was saying. The journey started from 2019, right? And then I started shooting skits. There's a friend of mine. I would love to mention his name. His name is AK Nice. I think he's a music producer now. Yeah, he sacrifices his phone most time for me to shoot content. Most times he handles the content for me. I use my move phone to shoot and everyone. To cut a long story short, right? That was where I just started. So fast forward to 2020, 2021, I started looking for auditions because to be honest, I'm a multi-talented person. I can actually speak. I can do a lot of things when it comes to like acting and appearing on screen. So that was what earned me the name Wazubia. I can talk like, I can speak like a Yoruba man, a Hausa man, or like an Igbo man. All right. Yeah. So that was what earned me the name Wazubia Pekin. So I just wanted to appear on screen. I just wanted to like act. I really loved acting. I just wanted to started pursuing auditions. I started joining audition groups. I registered for a lot of film academy. But whenever the results comes out, I get selected, but there was no money to further. One I could not forget was Rare Edge Film Academy. They asked me to pay 40,000 naira there to further my film stuff, but then I couldn't. I couldn't afford to pay that at that time. So I was featured in a movie as an extra, like as an extra. So I was given the role of an extra just to be in the court, and it was with one big Nollywood artist like that. So someone later told me that, you see, guy, if you want to succeed in this acting career, you need to know people because it's connection. It's not about your talent these days. People don't really look at that. Yeah, exactly. You just need to like just scale up, just get someone. You don't really have to stress yourself going to auditions, okay? So I said, okay, it's fine. Let me just be. So I still continued. I think I've gone for several auditions. Like I used my food money to go for auditions a lot. So at the point, the dream was dying gradually. There was no support. There was no positive view. All right. So fast forward to 2021, February 21, 2021. That was when I bought my first cryptocurrency in my life. I bought Bitcoin Black. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. I bought Bitcoin Black in 2021. It later turned out to be a scam project though. So I had 2,000 naira in my account. I bought Bitcoin Black of 2,000. I have been on that particular group for years though, but I never believed that crypto. I just said crypto is a scam, right? So the next day, the value of that particular Bitcoin Black, it was not listed then though. I didn't know how the thing, I don't know. So it rise. So my 2K was around, it was worth, I think 18,000. So I was like, oh, this is how crypto works. So I sold everything. I didn't sell everything. The money kept on increasing in value, not in my wallet though. So at the end of the day, I think I gathered 60,000 naira. I was like, wow, that means this crypto is not a scam and everything. I got the phone, and that was how my Web3 journey began. So fast forward to 2020, 2023, no, 2024, August 2024, August 10, 2024, during the protest about Nigeria is hard and everything. So I attended my first super team ecosystem call in Unilag. And I've been on the community since. I've been in the community rather. I really engage. I really do things. I've only attended about things like twice. Like I was not really engrossed with that particular thing. So fast forward to August 2024, I went to the ecosystem call. I introduced myself as the content creator. And before that, I think I won one meme contest. And Super Team Earn was not like blowing like before. People don't really put their energy there. So yeah, so I got the merge. And when I got to, they do this thing after every ecosystem call, a recap. So they're going to select winners. So I wrote the recap and I won. That was where my journey as a content creator began. So I began to take Super Team Earn seriously. And I can't, this story will complete without me giving thanks to Monarch, the ex moderator, the ex Lagos State Super Team mod for Super Team Lagos. Yeah. So it was like, was really okay, nice, you're doing well and everything. So fast forward to I think September, I became the content lead, and that was how the journey began. So basically, Super Team Earn gave me the opportunity to explore. So thank you.
Wow, great, very inspiring journey. Shout out to Ikena. I think you said your friend in the Ikena, people who support friends who support friends who support other friends. So if someone wants to get started with Super Team Earn, what's the first step they should take? Someone wants to start earning bounties. I say, okay, you know what? I really want to jump on bounties now. I want to take it serious. What should they put in consideration? What are the things they should put into consideration?
Okay, so the first step in joining Super Team Earn, the first is seamless actually, is to head to the website earn.superteam.fund. Right, once you head over to the website, you sign up with your email, your Twitter handle, and everything. You get started. So there are different niche. You can select different niche. Either you're a developer, you're a writer, you're a designer, you're a content creator. There are different things for you there to explore. So anyone you select will be what will be there for you. And there you can also attend. You can also see different bounties listed there, or different things there. So once you sign up, for example, I'm signing up as a content creator, you're going to see different content related bounties that are there. All right. So from there, you can join the community. Go to Super Team NG's page on Twitter and search for any state you belong in. If you search for Edo, you're going to see the state list for Edo State there. So that's basically how everything works. That's just a basic method on how to, basic steps on how to join Super Team. Yeah.
All right. So we got two people. I posted, that I was going to be doing this podcast and asked people from the Lagos group Super Team to drop questions. I got about 2 questions, and this one is from Rachel. She says, how can she win bounties, and how to make content that's satisfactory?
Okay. So winning bounties does not. I can't really say for per se, but one thing is assured, right? Is that doing the right thing, following the instructions, and following the instructions and just pray, right? Because I have done content that are also like the ones I just won that just won recently, and I didn't get selected, right? So most times I always feel like I'm gonna do something right, but then the content is actually okay. The content, like in fact, the content I actually had confidence one time. It was I think Neon EVM. That was the name of the project. I thought I was going to win the particular content, but then I did not win. Do you understand? So I think just put in your best and just leave the rest. And how to make content your satisfaction. Just discover your niche, right? Discover your niche. Discover what you know how to do. Your inner ability is very important. So once you feel like there are some things that you just do flawlessly, even if they wake you up in the middle of the night, that come and do this thing, you can do it without making mistakes. Those are the things you need to start focusing on, right? So yeah, so just discover your inner ability. I think that's one thing that I might just know that if someone should wake you up in the middle of the night, that come and create this kind of content or your within your niche, you can deliver, right? So there are some things that just flow flawlessly. These things just come from within. Even you sitting down, we can generate different thing concepts. So if you are seeing that kind of thing, you know that okay, these are the places you need to focus on. And again, if you know that your editing game is like top notch, right? You can just do some mini videos and use editing to back it up. Do you understand? So I just feel like your inner self is very important when it comes to video creation or standing out in the world of creativity. So I think that satisfies the question
All right.
to an extent.
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Getting to know your niche is very important. I believe getting to know your niche is very busy, like the first thing to start with. So when you don't get selected for most bounties that you put in a lot of effort, you can still see another bounty and be like, you know what, I might not have won that one. You're still confident. Why? Because you know this is your niche. This is something that you do. Well, if I'm not saying like you just keep doing stuff and you know to win. Of course, everybody hopes to win, but then again, there's always energy, ginger. The ginger is always there to keep going and keep going, hoping that one day you're going to get that win. So another question here is, how do you conduct your research, and if there are any helpful tools you actually use to create content?
Okay. So how I make my research is very simple. First thing I do is often start from the Twitter, from the bio of that particular project. I go to that Twitter page and I check their bio for the most simplified explanation. So this gives me an insight of what I'm dealing with. Is it a DeFi project? Is it a deeping project? Is it a reward asset project? Is it NFT? Is it a DApp? Okay. So once I get those details, then I go to that white paper and start like just researching. Okay. So and the tools that help me most is aside the editing software is TikTok. Honestly, there are a lot of information on TikTok aside this entertainment. The shortest and the fastest way to get editing highlight is TikTok. So whenever I feel like I want to add this particular edit to this thing, I go to TikTok. I use YouTube though for more professional video editing content, but I think TikTok is my go-to app for editing. Yeah. So I think those are the two things I want to add on that questions. Yeah.
All right, great. So that's a random question. If you're not doing Web3, what do you think you'll be doing?
How do you say?
So if you're not doing Web3, what do you think you'll be into? What do you think you'll be doing?
If I'm not doing Web3, what will I be doing? Honestly, that's a big question. But then, if I'm not doing Web3, I should be serving now. And the next step after serving, I'll be thinking of is working or being a business owner. Because I'm a kind of person that I love freedom and I love exploring. I love traveling a lot. What do you say?
As a financial freedom.
Yeah, exactly. Financial freedom and the ability to be able to move without restriction. When you're working under someone, there's some certain things you won't be able to do. There's some certain decisions you can't make on your own. And I don't really love that kind of life. So since when I started Web3, even before I started making like few money, I've always doubted that, hi God, is this how I'm going to end up under someone? Not like I don't want to work with someone, but then I've seen different occasions where people can't go somewhere. My boss, my boss come. Let me tell my boss. My boss is not around. You understand? And I'm also someone who loves traveling. I love traveling a lot. I've not explored like a lot though, but then I have a list of where I really want to go to. So that particular life I want to live, I don't think that Web2 can sustain it, right? So that is why I think that if I'm not doing Web3 right now, then I should be thinking of maybe teaching or working in an office. Yeah. So that's it.
All right, great. Final words of encouragement for anyone, including
all right, no problem.
So final words of encouragement for anyone, including newbies, people who are wanting to dive into Web3 or content creation. So what are your final words of encouragement to them?
Okay. I also need words of encouragement. Okay, let me put it this way. What I'll just say is don't like give up and be consistent. I know this thing might sound like, oh, that's what other people do say. But I feel like these two particular words, I don't know why. You can't do without making use of them. They are misused words, they are common words, but they are very, very important. Because trust me, I have seen a lot of things and I feel like just don't give up and be consistent in your craft. So I think those are the two things I would just tell people. And again, your content cannot satisfy everyone. So if someone should come to you and say not like they are coming with positive criticism, right? If someone should come to you with a positive or negative criticism, accept it with open hands. But if someone just comes to you and say your videos are nonsense, trust me, I think that's the time you need to start pushing further. Because I don't think there are limitations when it comes to video creation. The same way we criticize Nollywood movies or Hollywood or any different kind of movies, the work of art is criticism, right? Every work of art must have criticism. So if anybody is shooting something today, people have something bad to say and people have something positive to say. So when you're shooting content, I think one way you can keep pushing without giving up is that some things you don't listen to. Just keep doing your craft. So I think that's some justice to the question.
Okay, so great. So final question here. In staying creative,
Yeah.
what are the things that help you stay creative? Like books, or what are the things that help you know? These things helps open your mind to certain things. That okay, I like to add this to my
Not
skills.
books,
Okay.
not books though. Music.
Music. Okay.
Yes. I generate ideas even when I'm listening to music and movies.
Okay. Okay. All right. Great. So
Yes.
all right. So I would like to thank you very much for coming on this podcast episode, and they keep on posting great content. So you need everyone needs encouragement. So but then again, you're really inspiring a lot of us on Super Team, especially trying to say, one day we have to hit something like this, and just for us to keep looking up to someone and say, okay, this person is doing it, why can't I do something like that? So for you to just know, we are looking up to you, and then we are drawing inspiration also from you. But sometimes we just want to, I just want to, find one creative stuff to do. I just go to your page and say, okay, let me just check some certain things. There are some people I like to, check like that. So I'm very sure most other people will be, drawing inspiration from your page. So kudos to you, and keep being the creative person that you are. And also to newbies and everyone listening, you can also tap. We said a lot of things. There's some things you can tap from, and I'll leave links to also Superteam Earn websites that you can start taking Superteam. Just check out bounties. You have a niche that you believe that you can do some things. Probably you're a writer, you're a content creator. Just jump on one. Choose those, search through the website, then pick one you believe you can do, and then jump on it. You never know, you never can tell. That's the space. That's the space we find ourselves in. You never can tell. Just be consistent. Right. So thank you very much, Zobia, once again. Yes.
Yeah.
All
Right. It's nice being on the podcast tonight. So thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much. And to everyone out there listening,
Yeah, welcome, bros.
stay focused.